$1, or maybe even 99 yen. In fact, less than $1. It's less than $1. It's 90 cents for a glass of white wine or red wine. This is the place. I wonder if that person's going to comment, talk. That's what I meant. Waitress. Hello, whoever you are. Hi, my name is Gary Channel in Japan. My Wi-Fi is down, so I thought I would come out. I thought I would come out and have a few wines, bring some cheese from my pocket, but I've eaten it now. Well, that's what I've just done, Steve. Well, one was nearly finished. Oh, that fucking thing. Fucking cunting thing. Fucking cunt. You just gotta fucking touch the screen and then it just goes fucking massive. It's like some kind of fucking horror movie. Oh, she's stacked. Okay, it's like fucking incredible growing man. Fuck off, fucking thing, fucking bastard thing. I am in a shit mood because they cut my internet off, and then when I phoned them, they said there's another month. Then there was no, I couldn't find the bill for January, so I sent one in for fucking November. Same price, and the first twat is saying, "Have you got the papers from the?" And I said, well, I did, but they can check from fucking, I said, use my phone number, they can check from that. But he said they can't, but he was fucking lying. Hello, Dark BB. Steve Ring, first of all, where are you watching from? And Dark BB, I think you visited before, haven't you? I seem to remember that name. Can you imagine that? Can you get $1 wine, a wine for 90 cents in the West, in a first world country? I'm not talking about fucking Africa or India. Well, then again, I guess in India now prices are pretty up there for wine, decent beer. All right, Steve. Yeah, not too far. I'm thinking of going to Nara and interviewing reindeer for this coming Christmas, because Rudolph's getting too old. Oh, here we go. Thank you. This is Canny Croquet. First time I've had this, but for $2. This is that Gusto, and I don't think they put it in the microwave long enough. A bit of cheese I brought from the house. Do you go in Gusto, Steve? Yeah, there's two Caesarea. Also do they also do like a flagon as well, not a flagon, but you know what I mean, a decanter, a little jug. Might be a little cheap, I'm not sure. Caesarea do glasses and decanter, but I think the wine at Gusto is better. But the glasses are dirty. Well, no, the wine glasses seem to be okay, but the other glasses are dirty. Isn't Steve that your real name, Steve? I've never heard that before. But surely isn't that horror film called The Ring? Yeah, it's a good idea. I went to Costco and I left the tap on upside down and I wasted fucking 4 litres of wine from a box wine. Me, I am from England, but in Japan. And you, BB? But like I can't remember. I might have had like my record for this place is maybe, I don't know, 7 or 8 wines, so more than a bottle. But once you get in one of those moods, you just keep on. If it was like $4, if it was like $4 or $5 for a glass of wine, it might make you think. Hey, Sakura-san, is it Senbon? Well, I think I made a video today for Sakura, and they were like Mankai. Oh, they were just about to fall off. They look very nice. And I think the remnants of the scumbags. But I guess all the yatai have gone, yeah. So I had when I came back, I just went for a bath and a sauna, and as we were coming back, there you could hear the typical police car with sirens wailing, "Tomate kudasai, tomate kudasai." And once again, it was near my house, and so it looked like, I'm sure they were the pricks from the yatai, and they didn't like the bull that was given them, and one of the people was saying "Harate kudasai." There were like 3 cop cars, but no fight breaking out either. Thanks for telling me that, Steve, because I don't even, I can't see it on my screen, and I can't see it on the clock is in the kitchen. Steve, can you do me a favour? Next time you see a Gusto, can you go in and see if they've got dirty glasses or clean glasses? That's 9 o'clock in the evening, BB. What time is it where you are? Because this place is absolutely disgusting. Steve, I just wondered, have you seen my channel before? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been in quite a few recently, but that's just chatting really, so nothing great. But I'm wondering, I'd like to do like I'm not all that advanced in things, and I need to find a camera for my computer at home, then I need to get it switched back on. It can be switched back on the day, maybe tomorrow night, the night after, but I'm not sweating that. But the phone's off as well, so if I use that, that could be a problem. But sometimes when I'm a bit drunk, it's good talking to people. Like, it reminds me of videos that I've done in the past, and sometimes it's funny. Oh, so that's what I wanted to do. So the other week I fell asleep while doing a live broadcast, and it was a little bit interesting. And I was like, I didn't realise I was fucking still broadcasting, and I was. But so the idea is to ask people that know my channel what they were. So it's like I'm 30 minutes asleep, but I want to split that up into like as though I'm dreaming, and then my previous videos, and then put them in between my sleeping bits. But where are you from, Steve? Are you English, American? Like I said, most of my viewers are from America. I'm just looking at this gas. This is like Canadian. Oh, okay, cool. I just so the other week I had a Canadian guy who was driving for me. He's 18. He was 18 when then he went from India and he went to Canada. So he spent most of his life in Canada. But he really helped me. Good guy. Which part, Steve, are you from? The warm place or Newfie or Toronto, as I'm being told it's called? Oh, yeah, okay, you're from Toronto as well, yeah. Well, the closest I got to Toronto, I guess, was when I went to the Niagara Falls. But that's still quite. Toronto's still a fair bit from there, isn't it? I drove up to I could hear the noise because I was driving across America, and I could hear the noise, and it was quite amazing. And if I'd had only brought my barrel, if you've never seen it, check out the film with the Marilyn Monroe. She was in a movie. It might be called Niagara. You might have seen it. I don't know. I think it's a murder mystery. He's from the 1950s or 1960s, so I didn't know about it. So you may, like I say, it's an old film, but it is a good one. It's worth watching. I think she's running away with someone or something like that. It could be called Niagara, but I guess if you type in Marilyn, that woman, and big tits, murder, Canada, Niagara, I'm sure it's going to pop up, as they say. Blondini, did he walk across the Niagara Falls? And here's a bit of information for you. I am from Sheffield, and a town near me called Barnsley, and I worked down the coal mines there. And now Barnsley, they won the FA Cup, the football cup, in 1908, which coincided with the Niagara Falls freezing over. That's a little bit of a gem for you. Should you be one day in a Canadian quiz show. It's all right, Steve. I've lived in Tokyo as well, but when I lived in Tokyo, some guy came back saying Nagoya's shy, but it's no, it's not. It's all right. There's lots of pubs, lots of pretty women, so it's not bad. But I've never, like I said, I've been put off Osaka, and I guess that's not too far from you. But I don't know if you go there. But I've been told recently that the people are very, very nice. And also someone that called Red Someone, I shouted out his video recently, and they have a thing where if you like pretend to shoot them, they'll pretend to be shot, which is quite interesting. I've only been to Kyoto once, and that was to do a wedding. So when you go, do you stay the night? Like I said, I only went once to Kyoto, and I did the wedding, then I just came straight back on the train. My friend is in Osaka now, so I might go and see him in April. Are you teaching, Steve, or what? Are you doing something else? Are you talking about Kyoto now? Or are you talking about Osaka? I heard that Osaka was very, very big. Oh, nice. So that'll be better money than working for these bloody conversation schools. When I first came here, I had a mate, he was working at a private school, getting like Yonjugoman, and then he was working for a Eikaiwa in the evenings, getting another 200. Yeah, are you making the lessons yourself, Steve? I've done a few where I had to make the lesson myself, and also where I was an assistant teacher in Mia, so different prices, but it was enjoyable until they brought in a company to say you're not going to get the housing allowance or the car allowance, because that's worth like an extra 70 a month. Yeah, I used to go around. Well, I speak some Japanese, and I know like some kanji, and so when I was going around all the class, I was making jokes with the students and their names, and now I regret that, because I remember when I was at school, a teacher got my name wrong, and instead of saying Firth, he said Frith, and all my classmates would call me Frith. So it's not too good to make fun of the students, even if it's a good joke. Yeah, I liked it, teaching, you know. I can't understand people that say they don't like teaching kids. That's idiotic and pathetic. They're the best, you know. They're honest, they're true, and they're cute, you know what I mean? They're very, very likable. Yeah, but like, I think it's good if you're getting somewhere, you know. So, but I taught at a private school for 5 months because my mate couldn't do it. So I did it for 5 months, and it was a religious school. But most of the kids, they were serious students and they could speak decent English. Quite a few of them could like really, really talk. So this was the middle, 12 to 15. How long? How long have you been in Japan, Steve? Oh, what's that? Shiro guys, man. Anyone else? If anyone else who's watching or this week, I don't know. Just if you click the notification bell. Oh, wow, Vietnam, shit, man. I've got a friend. He's in the Osaka area. Oh yeah, you might know him. I guess on Facebook. He's Venezuelan and Venezuelan American, and he seems to be going all around. He's got a YouTube channel, and he's going around Asia by the look of things. He's in Vietnam now, and I've been looking at the very colourful photographs that they're sending back, and that does intrigue me. But thank you. My passport is 3 years out of date, and I never looked like this, so that could be a problem getting a new passport. But like I said, Vietnam does greatly interest me. Hello, Andy. I was a bit pissed off because my internet is off at home, and I was struggling to get online here. So, but otherwise, I've been having a nice chat with a guy from Kyoto, and he's done the rounds. Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I think that, like Vietnam is a better path than like Korea. I've been to Korea a few times, and I just found them very, very rude. Even though when I first came to Japan, there was a posh, lovely Korean girl in my class who spoke good English. So, and I was impressed with the Taekwondo display they gave us as well. But in Korea itself, they just seem very, very rude. How are you, Andy? Where are you calling from, mate? Yeah, I'm not surprised. What are the people? Well, not far from here. There's a bar, Torikizoku it's called. I don't know if you got it over there. Oh, cheers, Andy. And there was a Korean girl in there, very pretty, and she said, "Shall we go out?" Like, and she looked at me. I said, "I'm 23." I said, "I don't care." Oh yeah, well, I obviously I know that a lot of them are working in the shops, and I read that they've been paying like fucking $10,000 to get the contract to come to through brokers to get into Japan. But luckily they'll end that back soon. Which are you in the UK actually, and Andy? Which part? So I guess 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, yeah. And if you're in the UK, yeah. But is it like is there a big discrepancy between pay and what it actually costs there? So does that seem nice or good? And the food? What the pho? Oh my god! I was in the Royal Marine Reserves, and I spent some time in Liverpool, and Liverpudlians are not my favourite cup of tea, to say the least. All right, are you in Vietnam as well, the McDouble? There was a YouTube channel called Ed McMaster, I think. Do you know that channel? Do you think there could be a job for me there with this big beard? I don't know. Also, did you, if you're learning, I don't know if you're learning Japanese now or did you learn Vietnamese there? Do you find, which one do you find easier to learn? Yeah, right. Like, hey, Barry. This didn't you watch? Didn't you watch that? He's a Savant Kid, isn't he? What's his name? Loads of money. He was doing the brothers. Was it Barry, Larry, and Gary? Which part of have you got like a London accent or like a further like Southampton accent? You know, the countryside accent. When I worked in London, and they just took the fucking piss completely. I could stand it, like, but they just every fucking day they were doing the taking the piss out of my Yorkshire accent. But it's just human nature to mimic people. Yeah, yeah. You know those Thai languages. I must admit they're not my favourite cup of tea. You know the Southeast Asian East. I it drives me crazy. Yeah, so when I do I can mimic languages. And it's usually when I go to the scrapyard, if that, can you see that? One of them hit me on the head with a bar the other day, and but when they say something, I can mimic their language. I don't know what it means, but I can mimic it. And one is a rua, which is like that means it's hot, which is used a lot in Japan in summer. Well, I always thought, like Thai. I got a Thai language when we went to Thailand, the wife and the kids, and I picked up this Thai book, and I was reading it for about half an hour, something like that, and I thought, fuck that. Thai seems the hardest language in the world. But McDouble, are you in China at the moment? The fairly neutral London accent personal, yeah. There's nothing wrong with that, pal. A bit like Michael, what's he called, that comedian? Michael McIntyre. But do you like working amongst these Scousers, Andy? I actually no, I haven't got time. But the languages I would like to learn are Russian and Hindi. And Hindi seems very easy, very similar to Japanese, easy to pronounce without a doubt. So that's why Indians learn Japanese quite easily, become proficient at it, because it's the same language, it's the same structure, and very very similar sounds. And here's one, and also my friend my friend told me that Kumamoto in some African languages means pussy, so be careful. If you didn't know, Kumamoto is a town in Japan. Do you know Kumamoto? Do you know Kumamoto? Okay, so I was right. So Kumamoto. She knows her way around Kumamoto. Yeah, I just found them. I was in Reserve Marines and I just found them fucking irritating. They were always trying to be one up on you. So, Steve, if you went out, oh no, because you're in Japan now. So, did you start learning Japanese? No, Tokyo's a nice place to live. I was there nearly 3 years. But like I say, I was lucky because the first 2.5 years where I got free accommodation. Yeah, that's the same with me. I said the same thing with, and I do get now and again people saying your Japanese is shy. Well, I don't get. I can work in it. I do work in it. I get jobs in it, and I talk to people in it. I make people laugh in it. I can make jokes in it, and it may not be perfect, but there it is. I'm laughing at Steve saying, "Yeah, mine is shite." Overall. So, do you go in the hubs in Kyoto, Steve? Andy, Steve, he's in England and UK, and I'm sure everyone in the UK is being driven fucking crazy by Brexit, whichever side you think is right. But it's just one constant fucking pain. I think I'd rather there was a war between like England, Germany, and France, rather than any more news on fucking Brexit. Sorry, Steve, was I talking too fast, pal? Sorry. No, I was in Tokyo, and like I said, 2.5 years, something like that. I had like free accommodation, so it was great. And I worked at a language school. I worked delivering documents, and I worked in a Mexican and German restaurants. I enjoyed my time, and I did judo. I was on a judo visa. Nothing. Honestly, I think I've never been to Kyoto, but I'm guessing a lot of people go to Kyoto for romantic reasons. And there was the guy that decided where to drop the nuclear bombs. Didn't drop it on Kyoto because he had his honeymoon there. Now that's what you call romantic. But I think you should give the Tokyo a try. But then again, I don't know what it's like for accommodation and things like that. Getting accommodation these days. Yeah, well, just give it a try, man. Well, you could always go up there for a weekend, you know. Excuse me. Cheeky signpost. That's an interesting name. It certainly does. I think that basically, I think it's the government saying, "Don't ask for a referendum again." I saw something on Cheeky Sample. I don't know. Cheeky, are you in England with the UK with Andy? I saw something, a video, is a guy outside a boozer drinking a can of Stella Artois, which is my favourite drink, and he was saving money because it was like nearly £4 in the pub. So now, yeah, those prices are creeping up to Japanese prices, except you get more in an English pint. In a Japanese glass, oh no, sorry. In a typical bar, it's about 400 cc. But if you go to a gaijin bar, like the Hub, it's probably closer to English pints. Ooh. Glad I found my credit card. Was it April? Those glasses, they're still the fucking same, mate. So I'm thinking of, I'm sure that I went to the fucking Health and Council saying something, but you know the Health and Council here, I said, aren't you going to do anything? And it's just like, no, we can't do anything. If someone dies, then they'll call the police. That's it. I reported next door they were selling fucking dodgy lettuces. They knew they were dodgy, but they would still sell them. The cunts. But like I said, these glasses are disgusting. They really are. You couldn't get away with it. You could not serve a pint of beer in these glasses that they've got here. Never. You would never get away with it. And in fact, personal pride would not let you, if you were the manager or you worked as a staff in this establishment and you had some pride, you wouldn't do it. You couldn't fucking do it. You couldn't work here. But in Japan, Arbeito are different people. They're young people, they're students, and they just don't give a shit till someone fucking glasses them. The thing, now this has got, you know, it said water spots on it, so they're not exactly dirty. Hey Barry. Hang on, let me look at that question again. I don't know what's going to happen. I know that a lot of Asians, they go through a broker, which costs them a lot of money. I don't know what's going to happen with other people. They're used to just go to Facebook and just look for jobs, things like that, and just look for agencies, and just look for the ones that are like employing would take overseas employees. But of course, if you're from the West, you don't want to be paying a fucking broker any kind of amount. Maybe like a few £100 is all right, but like fucking, you know, $10,000, that's a fucking piss take. So. But things are changing. Like they are bringing in more labourers as opposed to teachers. And before it used to be you needed a 4-year degree or 3 years experience in something to get a job. But like I say, it's all getting slack now. But I don't know which people. You just have to contact a company, depending on what do you do in England. Well, residence visas take a long time to get. But for example, you usually get like a 6-month visa or a 1-year visa for work. Then that you could extend that. And then once you've been here, you can extend it longer. But especially if you're married, then you can get like a permanent visa, which like that's what I've got. So now my visa lasts until 2025. Is a challenge. And you know, I'll tell you what, it's a lot of people complain about Japan, or they used to, but yes, they can, Barry. You can buy property here. That's changes. We've got to go through a certain bank. If you got cash, it's not a problem. You cannot. Before you couldn't get a loan, but there was one bank that started to give loans. But when I went, I didn't have permanent residency, so they wanted 500,000 yen to get round that, and I was a bit pissed off about that. No, but like anything, I think the best thing to do is come and visit and see if you like it. You know, because a lot. I think honestly, if you're small-minded, you. I'm not talking about you, but people that are small-minded won't like it. With the cheeky girl down there with the cheeky skirt on. Do you want to look? Go on then. I'll show you the pizzas. I'll show you them upside down. The Japanese are crazy about corn pizza. I'm just looking at you another stack. No. Snap endo. That sounds painful, doesn't it? They're like green peas, you know, with little. I think I should have some chicken. The thing with the chicken is they always like burn it to fuck. Oh, I'll have a this one. I went for the sausage. Innuendo bingo. Yeah, I don't think I'll be having. I'm getting a bit of a buzz on the head. I don't think I'll be having any more. What? Sausages, that's what I ordered. Alright, Steve, thanks for chatting, pal. Next time. Oh dear. Just think the staff here have got the black shirts and black uniforms. What was it, Oswald? Weren't they called the black shirts? Just checking the credit card. So if you're still watching from the UK, do you watch the, why is that not moving? Do you watch, one of my favourite shows from the UK is Would I Lie to You? With Lee Mack and David Thingamajig. Is that still running? I think you can still get to bed before 11 o'clock. 7 hours sleep, be alright. Is it? Maybe more. Like I was saying to Steve before, my internet is off today for not paying the bills, but I paid them now, but I've still got to wait. Because I've been watching that Netflix and with the Roman Empire. Caesar. They've been quite good. And when they stabbed him, he did not say "et tu brute," which is what we were told in school. Are you thinking of buying some property then, Barry? I think if you're lucky, you can buy some cheap stuff. If you know someone and can get there before the travel agents, the land agents get there first. If you come here on a travel visa, you can extend it for 3 months. That could entail you having to leave the country. Thank you. These are the sausages. I think they're 200 yen these. I suppose it's not too bad. Feel like a beer now. Yeah, I don't buy and do all that shit. I just don't. A lot of foreigners do like going for it all, but I'm too fucking old to bother with that. I don't mean I'm being rude, but I'm just. So basically, they don't give a shit about it either. You know, it's all bollocks. I don't think I might give a little nod of the fucking head, but I don't think I've ever bowed. I don't think you can get good fajitas or chimichangas there. No, fair point. Yeah, but Japan is not necessarily clean. As you can see, they rush about. But you know, as for it being clean, there are some. I've been in a lot of Japanese kitchens, work kitchens. Very, very few are clean. Are you in England at the moment, Barry? No, but there's a lot of cheap houses, for example, because the population's getting old, and they've got the amount of houses that they want to get rid of or they don't want to live in. So what are you asking again? No, well, no, the new houses are expensive, but you can get like old. I've been offered a piece of land for like 2.5 million yen, and if I buy it, I can sell it for 8 million yen. It's from a friend of mine, but it's like it's got loads of crap on it, so that needs clearing. But it's still a possibility to make, and then like you can sell that and hopefully get a deposit for a house. But in certain areas around here, you can get a new house built for like 15 million. But you can also get like a property for a few million. Just depends where it is. Like I said, but it'll be a very, very old house. So like 200. So you can get one like $200,000. A new house on land. You buy the land, yeah. In my city, it's about 35 million yen because it's very close to Nagoya. They offer. I asked many years ago, and they offered me that where I live now for 24 million. So maybe one day I'll go and sell that because I've already paid, but I've already paid rent for what it's worth. I've been there nearly 20 years. You know, and so they, you know, they must be in their 80s now. There are certain councils, city councils, that do give houses away if you like pay the rent. I think there's like they might have got some tax or something like that. They owe some tax. So if you pay the tax, maybe a few 100,000 yen, you can get property. But of course, these are all over the place. But you can bet they're not in like major cities. My friend Rick, the place he stays in now, he pays 10,000 yen a month rent. And wherever you are, if you can pay like $100 a month rent, it's good, isn't it? For healthcare, I'm not sick. I have been, maybe I've had, in the last 20 years, I might have had like 1 day or 4 days where I got a fever. Might have had a couple of things like that, but otherwise I just fucking cut my toes off and my fingers and things like that, and I just let them heal. I put my knee through a door, so not really. I really haven't had a lot of time. But if you, when you first come here, you can get like healthcare, and you might pay 3,000 yen a month. Then it goes on your pay. If you get really good pay, you pay like 60,000 yen a month for healthcare, and then it's like 30% of the costs. So if you have an operation, then it costs like, for example, $1,000. Then you will pay $300 for the operation. But also, there's a limit to what your family can pay. So then that limit is 60,000 yen per month. So if your treatment comes to 80 or 90,000 yen per month, you only pay 60,000. So yes, it is a lot better than America. If you're working a job for so long, you also get unemployment insurance. And like 10, 15 years ago, this was the unemployment insurance was hardly ever used because everybody just worked all the time. No, this is just one. This is like one. This is like one. Well, it's less than $1, but it's 100 yen, which is about 90 cents. But I shall not drink anymore because I'm getting really tired. Or maybe we should have a last one. I don't even know what time it is. Maybe 10:30. Yeah, so this wine, this establishment called Gusto, and another one besides it here, they sell wine red and white for $1 a glass, which is very reasonable to say the least. And this way, it's not bad actually. How much would a glass of wine cost in an English pub? Oh, by the way, this is a restaurant. So if this was in a bar, this would be anywhere between like $4 and $7. But the glasses would be clean. Like this place now is dead. I mean, there's two people. I think I can see two people. Maybe three, five people altogether. If I have sake, you can get a small bottle of sake for about 250 yen. But you can also get glasses of sake. For example, something like this, a glass of sake might be like 300 yen, 400 yen. But you know, like for a nice one. Go on, then I'll have another wine. すみません、もう一つください。
もう一つ、どちらを？
白ワイン。
白ワインがもう一つで。
Thank you. Barry, you're not from Whitley Bay, yeah? I might have asked, sorry, pal, I might have asked before. Where are you from, Barry? All right, Barrett. Cheers, pal. Take care. Oh, that's it. Arigato. Oh, yeah. Okay, the scrumpy guy. Okay, cheers, pal. Good night, pal. What they say is one is too many, and three is not enough. Yeah, well, you never know. If I come back to England, it'd be nice to come down to Somerset and have some scrumpy. By the way, did you ever go blind drinking scrumpy, or your mates? So, for the other people that are still watching, if it's scrumpy is like a cider, but it's a bit of cloudy cider, and it's not as fine as some ciders, but it's very, very strong. And there are people that say it can make you go blind, even if it's temporary. Which reminds me of a joke when this guy goes into a pub and the landlord pulls a pint of lager or beer, and they gives it to the customer, and he said, "Right, look, this beer looks a little bit cloudy." And he says, "What do you want for £3? Fucking thunder and lightning." That's my very old joke. Please indulge me. I think I'll sleep well. Yep, I think I drink too much. Well, for the other people that have gone, maybe moved away from their computer, I'm going to go now. Finish this wine and go home. Thank you for tuning in, even just watching. I appreciate it. Bye bye, everybody.